And
come on. It's a beautiful day in Loveland, Colorado. Welcome to Joel.com Live. I'm Joel, of course. Today, my special guest, Dan.
Dan on a stick.
Dan on a stick.
Yes.
Hope everyone's feeling well, doing well this morning. And let's start.
Yeah, we're going to start. Let's talk first about your growing this back.
Wait a second. What? It's an imposter. You imposter.
No.
Okay,
Who's
guys.
this?
I know, we're freaking you guys out. You're probably wondering, did Joel regrow his beard? I did not. This is my special guest today. This is my brother, Michael Kalm. Everybody give it up. Woo! Get on my seat.
All right.
Go over there.
All right, I'm going.
I'm
going.
You can play with the toys.
Okay.
But, man, this is low. I feel like I'm almost sitting on the floor.
Just like that song.
There we go.
Low.
Okay.
Low.
How am I now? Am I just high enough? Watch
He'll tell in a second.
I'm going to turn the
we're running a little
airport
bit
off on
behind.
this and hopefully won't lose connection. Although I probably think I did as long as we're still going. So hey guys, welcome to Me Live. This is my brother Michael. He is my big brother. He is not my twin. He has 2 years on me. Although when we both had the goatees, it was like when we were at when I was at my niece's bat mitzvah. Was it last year?
Yeah.
And I had the goatee. People would walk up to me and say congratulations.
Right. And they handed him the envelopes. I
Yes.
still am missing some of those.
Congratulations.
Give me them back.
Congratulations, you didn't have to pay for
Yes,
this.
yes, exactly.
We took the money and we ran. Okay,
Yeah.
looks like somebody say something in the chat room so I make sure my connection here is good, please. Just type anything. Just anything. Anything at all. Okay, still nothing.
It's coming through over here.
Okay, good. Well, our sponsor today is, who is it?
Independence Day 2007.
Independence Day 2007?
Yeah, that was last year.
That's what it is.
It's back from the future. IndependenceDay2007.com. Is that a Ben Mac site?
Yes.
Okay. So, Ben, thank you again for your sponsorship. People are now piling into the room, 61 viewers, and
Nice.
increasing. So we're glad to have you guys here.
Should we talk about our new Kramer set? Remember when Kramer went out and got the set from the old Burke Griffey show? So we run through that.
Here's your coffee. You know what I'm missing? I'm missing pencils to fling into the ceiling.
Yes, exactly. Yes, Aladana.
And a mountain backdrop, right? Because
Yes.
Letterman's got the city and all
Right,
that.
it does the sound effects, right?
Oh.
Like breaking.
This is our new set, though, and I am going to reload on this side because I'm not getting, I think since I switched to the cable, this is like what live production is like, right? You're just not ready. Also, the camera's really far away.
Yeah, it is. It's
like-
out in the mountains there.
It is. It's way out there.
It's a wide shot.
Are you saying we're fat?
Yeah, what are you trying to say?
That's what I think he's trying to say, is that you got a bunch of bellies here.
I feel bad enough that people have to look at my legs the whole show.
You guys want my donut?
Chris the Hand has a donut. Most of us are being very good and
Yeah, but he's skinny.
and not eating.
He's skinny.
Chris the Hand rides 15 miles on his bike to work
You know,
some days.
then he can have a donut. He can have two.
You know,
Have
my
my
calf
donut.
burns just driving 3 miles to work.
Have my donut, please.
Yes.
A funny story. One day we'll have Sarah Jane, our controller, office administrator, on the show. She was biking in Loveland the other day, and she got pulled over by a police officer for going 37 in a 35. For real.
Yep.
And there was 2 cops. And one of them
Good cop,
was,
bad cop.
yeah, one of them was like, I can't believe we're writing her a warning.
Slow day.
And
Slow day.
yeah, really slow day. She said to the other one, she said to the one writing the warning, don't you have child abusers to be catching or something? And so they said, this goes on her warning. Okay, Ken.
Here's the
you're like,
pencils.
Ken Burge, president of Infomedia Inc., who has brought me pencils. Thank you.
I don't know if they'll stick, though.
Look at this one. This one is like, didn't
Not. Someone really had a good time with this one.
Anyway, she got pulled over and was told she is now on the like watched biker list, and if she gets caught speeding on her bike again, they're going to take away her driver's license. And she said, "Wait a second, you're going to take away my driver's license, so I have to ride my bike all the time."
And she's going to be on that community bike abuser list, so all the neighbors will know.
Yeah.
Okay, for those just joining us, a lot of you popping in, this is my brother Michael Kalm. He is a certified public accountant.
Woo! And I just put the audience to sleep. They just heard that and they were like, all right, they're all logging off now.
He's not going to teach you how to make money online, but he can teach you a number of things about keeping the money that you earn, which is very important as well. So, hey Chris, are we good with the top 10?
Yes, we are.
Okay, before we get going, where's the list?
Chris, you want to grab that list?
Walk it over. I have not seen it yet.
Don't, only show the hand.
See me.
Oh, that's all, he shows us his hand?
Okay.
It's just the hand.
You want to take turns?
And sure.
All right.
Did this about 6 minutes this morning.
So, as long as we have a CPA in the house.
Yes.
This is
He's
penned
in the
by none
house.
other than Dan Nickerson.
It is.
The top 10 reasons to hire a CPA. Number 10.
Number 10, they will save you big money.
Woohoo!
That's not funny.
The first one always has to be legit.
It does?
It always is
Well, everyone
legit.
gets laughs the first time.
It gets funnier as you go.
Okay.
always.
Number 9. A CPA helps you avoid 3-letter terms like IRS, FTC, SEC, and JOB. That's not bad.
J.O.B.
Job. Just over broke.
Ah.
Number 8, hey, they're certified. How cool is that?
Yay.
Or certifiable.
Yeah.
Number 7. You still think QuickBooks are comics.
Yeah.
I like that one. That was a good one.
The number 6 in the top 10 reasons to hire a CPA.
You're dying to say, hey, let me run this by my CPA.
That's right. People do that.
This is good. Number 5, you think an LLC is a domain extension. But it
Yes.
doesn't.
Number 4, they may let you roll with their posse on the weekends.
I met his posse. Ooh, players. Let's see.
Gangsters.
Gangsters.
Gangsters. Gee.
Number 3 in the top 10 reasons to hire a CPA, you can probably deduct everything you've ever bought from me.
Yes, definitely.
Actually, I need
Buy
to,
more.
I need to do number 1, you need to do number 2.
Okay, I was going to let him do number 1.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Well, number 2, CPAs always get indicted before their clients do.
Yes. And the number 1 reason to hire a CPA
Is my CPA said I only had to do 9 reasons this week.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
Not bad.
Not bad
Yeah.
for 6 minutes.
That's
Well
pretty
done.
good.
Well
Dan
done.
on Stick does things quickly. Okay, got some questions coming in. The first question, can anyone recommend a good resource to learn how to do keyword research? You do a little bit of that.
Well, there's Word Tracker. We use Word Tracker. There's Digital Point has a keyword suggestion tool. There's programs like Keyword Elite. They're out there. Of course, Google. Google has their own keyword suggestion tool. Not suggestion, but they have their own keyword tool as well as AdWords. So if you're doing like Google keyword tool, you'll find a free resource. Digital Point keyword tool and Google, you'll find a free resource.
Is that one still live? I know
It's
we
still
had
live.
we had it in the AdSense code. New York Times bestseller.
Pretty sure it's still live.
Yeah.
A lot of these will work off like Overture, and sometimes Overture gets overloaded from so many people doing keyword tools that they'll run down. So I do recommend the Google tool, and of course Word Tracker is one of the best resources that we recommend.
Word Tracker is $200 a year,
Yeah.
I believe. So it's a one-time fee for the whole year, and it goes deep. It is a powerful tool.
Right.
So wordtracker.com. No affiliate links. There you go. There's a link right there, but I don't think it's the right link. Okay, so before we answer any more questions, I want to let you guys know that the second edition of Telcom's Top 1% report is now available. Does not come with a rubber chicken. It is 16 pages of glorious full glossiness with stuff that we have not published online before. And this issue focuses on traffic, the holy grail of the internet.
Is that the rock band?
No,
Oh.
this is not Steve Winwood.
Okay.
This is
wondering which traffic you're talking about.
traffic.
I've met him, by the way.
Steve
Cool.
Winwood?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Short guy.
What's the song?
Arc of a Diver.
Yeah, does he does he roll with it?
Roll with it.
No.
I'm doing a pitch here.
Sorry.
Sorry. We digress.
I'm doing a pitch.
We digress.
So if you haven't picked up this edition yet, you could still get it as long as you subscribe this month for 1 penny,
Yeah.
1 cent. Chris, go ahead and put the the URL. Top
And the
1%
CPA
report.
endorses, that's a great deal.
That is a good deal.
1 penny,
We get
yes.
one penny for the report and the bonus DVD that we created just for you guys.
Wow.
We don't have this anywhere else.
Yeah.
And then if you decide it's as awesome as we know you're going to, it's just $29.95 a month afterwards. So
And the bonus DVD has a lot of good content, and Joel Lomby, our traffic guy, and I had a 30-minute nonstop traffic fest video
yes,
discussion.
it's good stuff.
So good stuff in there.
Traffic fest. Okay, we've got a question for my brother.
All right.
Please explain. I was once told that if my kid does legit work for me, I should pay him and put it into an account that I control, and then use that account to buy his clothes, shoes, toys, everything. And that way it's all paid tax-free. Is that correct, or how should I tweak that?
Well, that's a common device that we use actually to fund college education, not necessarily just daily living expenses, but you can, if there's some legitimate thing you can have the child do, most kids, if you can kick them out of bed in the morning to at least empty the garbage at the office, sweep up, maybe do some, internet work, great, you can pay them a salary and take the net proceeds, maybe give them a few dollars for their allowance, take the rest, put it in a bank account, let it grow over the years, and then when it gets to college time, you pay them out of that, and that way Uncle Sam has helped subsidize, 20% or so of their college education. So, you'll still be paying payroll taxes, you can't escape everything, but still I think it's a good device. And-
What's the threshold that you want to keep them under?
Well, again, it depends on how old they are. Again, if they're a teenager, you probably can pay them a few $1,000s a year. If they're, very little, they can always be a model or something for your business. Take a picture of them, put them in a brochure, whatever. They're paid model. You can pay them something too. So there's always a way to incorporate them into the business and save a few dollars.
There you go.
So your kid's going to be here full-time this summer, Joel?
I already told him he should be doing that.
Yeah, well, Zach's
I know.
here. My son Zach is 16, and he's
Yeah.
working and he's kicking
Yeah,
butt.
you
He's
gotta put
doing a
your
lot of stuff.
daughter to work too. Yeah.
She's actually doing some stuff for Mary.
Okay,
So
good.
She's paying her.
Excellent.
So
My dog
Mike
starts Monday.
Stewart
Your
is,
dog, all right.
My dog starts Monday.
Mike Stewart, the internet video guy, has just joined us here. He's Article Audio, and good to see you, Mike. Thanks for joining us, and good to see you in Dallas at World Internet Summit as well. Email me, okay? Gave you my address. Do it. What is the best way to bring traffic to my site? Well, you start by getting the July edition of the Top 1% report. See here? Traffic. Look, traffic is a complicated issue, not because I couldn't explain it all to you, but there are so many ways to bring traffic to your site, both free and paid, that it would take numerous shows to address it. So for 1 penny, just go splurge and get on the member list.
Hey,
Such a deal.
Joel also has free reports that talk about traffic, and also there's lots of videos on the Joel Com Ask section from his blog.
Yeah, go to joelcom.com and just do a search for traffic and you'll find stuff too. What's the best way to drive traffic from message forms? You mean using other people's message forms, or are you talking about, did you mean for message forms? Yes, from. So what you want to do is you always want to get involved in the conversation. You want to find message forms that are related to your niche, and you want to introduce yourself. Don't start pitching your site. You want to establish credibility and authority, and you want to show that you care about that community. And then, as you build that reputation, people are going to naturally take an interest in what it is you're doing and what you have to say. Then you can begin linking to articles that you might have on your site. And most BBSs let you put a signature
line. But it's like, as an example, it's like I have a forum, and I have people that join, and they'll just respond to some post. They just signed up. Their very first thing is, hey, great point, and then it says like student loans, easy money, click here, earn money here, and they think that that's going to be a valuable comment to click. I just delete those people instantly as soon as they start doing that. If you leave a valuable comment, that'll add to the forum, and more people will visit that forum thread, and more people will see your link, and more people will click on your link. So the more of a point and the more questions you ask on a forum, the more active that forum becomes, and the more eyes see your link. At the same time, the search engines pick it up more, and you get better indexing from your sites because that's more of an active thread. So the more valuable comment and tips that you put into a forum, the more traffic you're going to get.
The follow-up was, how about paying top posters to include your link in their signature? Well, you can do paid advertising all over the web,
Yeah.
but I think there's probably better ways to do
I'd
it.
actually, you know, it's funny, that's kind of an interesting angle. I never really have thought about that
You
before.
gonna start doing that?
No. But it's not, you can do that, but why not just
safety
do
goggles.
it yourself, build up your own credibility, and provide value, and it will come back to you many times over.
Okay, people just joining us. We've got 110 people here on the
We're growing.
the show right now. For those just joining us, Joel.com Live, Dan Nickerson all the way on the left, and in the center, the guy that looks kind of like a less attractive version of me
Please.
is my brother, Michael
You know,
Com.
if you shaved that, you'd look thinner, more honest, and what's the other one?
Younger.
Younger.
I don't need to look honest, I'm a CPA, I'm certified.
You're certified.
I'm certified, yes.
Okay, so we have a question
People like-
for the CPA. Can a small corporation incorporated as a nonprofit, but not yet a 501c3, accept up to $5,000 in contributions and tell the contributors that their donation is tax deductible?
Yes, because you get a determination letter from the IRS when you file your paperwork that basically gives you a few years to establish the 501c3, and you have to file down the road the proper reporting, which is a 990, which will basically provide the IRS with all the information to certify you going forward.
And now we know who got the brains in the
I thought I was going to handle all the easy questions. So, I could have
Kind of putting me on the spot here. It's like, and remember, you should always consult your own, tax accountant.
Disclaimer.
That's right.
Flash
Right,
disclaimer.
right,
on this.
again,
Can you flash you some disclaimers up there?
You know what? As we say in the business, CYA.
CYA.
Cover your,
Arse?
yes, exactly.
Your assets?
That's one. Yes, cover your
That's my
assets.
next
You
top
should
10 list.
you should always do that.
All right, so this week's show, sponsored by IndependenceDay2007.com, and if you would like to sponsor next week's edition of Joel.com Live, simply double-click on Joel.com-1. Would that be you, Chris?
Yes.
Joel.com-1 with your bid. The bid is starting at $50, and he'll keep us posted on what we're at, and we'll get your URL to show and display during the entire show. Yes.
right.
And the shows are archived as well, so you'll get hundreds,
So it's there.
thousands more views too. from the
It's
show
there
archives.
forever. Corona Cola asks, are there better tax advantages to an Inc. than a sole proprietorship?
Yes, there are.
I can answer that.
Okay, you want to answer it?
Yes, there are.
It's complicated, but there's something when you're a sole proprietor called the self-employment tax, and it really is an unfair tax because when you're on your own, you're responsible for your own Social Security taxes plus the employer match that if you work for someone else it would pay in. So besides paying normal income tax on your earnings, you also have to pay that lovely self-employment tax.
Boo.
So if you incorporate,
Where's my easy button?
there's a bunch of maneuvers. Obviously, you still pay taxes, but you're able to probably save between 5 to 15% of your bottom line by incorporating. So definitely see your accountant and incorporate.
That's funny. Two people actually asked the same question.
It's very common.
And Cosmo says you should produce an ebook detailing all tax deductions available for internet marketers. I've been trying to tell him this is valuable information.
Left brain, right brain.
No brain.
No brain.
He's got a CPA book, it's just not that kind of CPA.
Question, is Wyoming the new Nevada to incorporate? I've recently heard that.
Well, people have this conception or misconception that it really matters when you incorporate. You're still going to pay taxes where you operate. So, you can live in Colorado and incorporate in Wyoming, and you're still going to wind up paying.
So why do people incorporate? Why is Delaware?
Well,
Nevada?
it's more of a legal protection, not a tax protection.
Okay.
And Delaware isn't so great anymore, but again, that's more of a lawyer's.
And you're not a lawyer, and you don't play one on...
No.
Wasn't one of the advantages is not having to have a board and you that kind of stuff.
You could have a board of yourself and like your wife or something. So there's always
bored with myself.
But the thing about Nevada is that there's no state income tax because obviously our friends at places like Rio here, which is a casino, pay all those lovely taxes. So Nevada has zero state income tax for most individuals. So
Okay.
It's an advantage.
Here's a follow-up to the Inc. or sole proprietorship. With an online business, are we better to do a regular Inc. or an LLC?
Okay, again, more of a legal question, depends on the state you live in, because again, each state's taxation laws are different. I'm very comfortable with Illinois' laws, little Colorado, do some Colorado work, but you want to consult again your advisor on which is going to be the best fit for your type of business and where you're located.
Okay.
But they both have their advantages.
Here's a good one. Which websites do you suggest we sole proprietors, LLC folks, read for clear tax info? What do you like for...
Well, there is really no such thing as clear tax info. Okay, that's like
Was that oxymoron?
yeah. I mean, people laugh, but if you go to the IRS.gov, they lay out the basics. Then there's always my friends at the AICPA.com, American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. Plus each
I bet they have some wild parties.
Yeah,
Ooh, boy.
you should see there's some bald head shining there going on. But
Ho!
oh yeah, he's losing his house, by the way. Anyways,
Heard that.
I digress. So each state CPA society also usually has a helpful website, and there are usually tax advocates, volunteer people who you can pose questions to and will assist you.
Okay. By the way, Dan hates toys. He did the show on his own a few weeks ago.
Come on off. Now he wants me to...
No toilets?
And he doesn't like the toys.
Sand toys?
He thinks they're distracting, and, I think where's the monkey?
These people come here to learn.
¿Dónde está el chimpanzee? There we go.
Never.
Now the monkey will fly a long way this week.
He's gonna fly a long way.
How about I give you half?
Okay. Well, usually he just, we don't have
Touch
party
my
roads.
monkey. Leave my monkey. Now it's sprockets. We dance.
Oh, boy.
All right.
All the monkeys Joel buys when he goes and speaks, are those all tax deductible?
Of course.
Okay, so here's a question. Is it possible to get your web business into an IRA?
Your web business into an
Yeah,
IRA.
basically, put your business into an IRA.
Probably not, because again, IRAs are controlled by an independent trustee, and unless you're going to turn your business over to an independent trustee pretty much to handle, I don't think so. So, but, I don't know exactly why you'd want to do that, but again, speak to your own counsel on that.
And there's some good advice from Michael Gobb, certified public accountant. All right,
There goes
this
the
is going to
monkey.
be good. Here goes the monkey.
Here's
Ready?
the monkey.
You gotta brace
He's
yourselves.
gonna go off the camera. Oh, ow! He just did a facial. Face plant into
That
the
was
window.
good. I want to see the replay of that.
Yeah, exciting
In
stuff.
slow motion and in reverse, right?
Okay, here's a great question for you from Raintree. What is the most bizarre tax issue you've covered in your career and that you've ever heard from someone else's career? What's the weirdest thing you've seen?
I'm thinking, because
Keep it clean.
I've been doing this 23 years. We do have a client who basically, as they would say, is a pimp. And he basically has some ladies who work for him. And so, I guess,
Does this mean there's 4 of them?
well,
or what?
no, you know what it means. The world's oldest profession, I guess. But and it's a profession, see? So we have done some books for him, and we kind of, watch what we do. But the IRS wants all income, whether it's legal or illegal. That's how they got Al Capone. They never could get Al Capone for anything but tax evasion. So, we always advise people, what, we're not your lawyer. We don't want to give you, proclaim judgment on what you do, but if you at least claim the income, you're safe from the IRS. You may not be safe from the police and everyone else, but, so, we have that, and we've had a strip club before, things like that. So, who says accountants aren't sexy? Sexy.
Oh.
Sexy right there.
Can I get a receipt for that, please?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I get a towel? Let's give away prize. A few weeks ago, I went to the Book Expo, the big book show in Los Angeles, and met authors, met Scott Adams of Dilbert fame.
Oh.
He actually drew me a Dogbert and autographed it.
Awesome.
And saw Anne Rice autographing her new book. And,
Did she autograph it in blood?
She did not. She's changed.
Oh.
She's turned. She's like She's totally changed. And saw Barbara Walters. She looks pretty good for an old lady.
Yeah, well,
And-
she was getting around, and she saw her interviews.
Already then. And got some books autographed. This is a new book by an author, Richard Dansky. It's called Firefly Rain, and it was, I believe it's autographed by the author. Let's see, yep, there it is. I know you can't see it here, but it is autographed by the author. And Jacob Logan hasn't seen his home in years. With his parents dead, his career 1,000 miles away, there didn't ever seem to be a reason to go back. But things change, and the time has come for him to return to a place, a life he'd long ago turned his back on. It's time to go back to a house that may not let him leave a second time.
Da da da.
Firefly Rain. So let's give it away, and we'll do a, here's the question. First one, Oprah Com. Here's the latest book in my book club, ladies.
That's right. Hey, that's big money. You know, you get on her club and you're selling millions of books. So.
No comment. So here's how we're going to give this away. First one to tell me what kind of pet my brother has and how many will get this book sent to them.
Yeah,
Go.
it's not a ferret.
It's not a ferret.
Ferret face.
No. It is not a monkey.
Firefly.
No. No. Not 3 rats, not 2 gerbils, not 20 birds.
Gerbils. We had them when we were kids. We had
You have to
gerbils.
say them together. I need a number, and boy, we're getting close here, folks. I'm not going to tell you how close, but
Only guess if you
very,
actually want to read that book.
very close. Boom! Suki 2-1 has guessed 3 cats. So Suki,
Took that long for cats?
well, we had. I'll tell you what we had. I'll read them.
I don't want to know.
Should've been number 2.
No, we had 2 dogs, 3 rats, 2 gerbils, 20 birds. Then
Who said 3 rats?
Partridge,
What the hell is that?
Raintree said that. 5 dogs, 4 turtles, an iguana, 2 iguanas, a bulldog, 12 iguanas, 4 cats, 2 cats, 1 python, and then 3 cats. So a python named Monty, and
Yeah.
52 fish, and an alligator.
52 fish, one
So,
week of the year.
Chris the Hand, would you please contact Suki, get a mailing address, and we'll be happy to send you a copy of
Yes, I'm a crazy cat person.
this book, courtesy of Dan on a Shtick.
They thought that was burning a fire, you know.
Oh, we met at, hi Suki, we met at Harv's seminar last year. I remember being at Harv's seminar. I don't remember meeting you, but I'm sure you were charming and all that. So good. I'm memorable. Suki, are you a he or a she? Because I don't know if that is a male or a female. Suki is a she. See,
How-
the ladies like
That's
me.
right. Hello, Suki.
Happily married.
Yes, same here. Hi, honey, I love you.
Just in case.
My girlfriend's not watching, so I'm not gonna...
You're safe then.
Speaking of books, just a really quickie, this is a new book I just picked up. If you have not read Robert Cialdini's book, Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion, we talked about that on the show. This is Cialdini's new book, Yes, 50 Scientifically Proven Ways to Be Persuasive. I have
Yes.
not read it yet, but I am sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that it's going to be excellent.
Yes.
The other book I want to tell you about is the Zappos.com Culture Guide. Zappos is an amazing place to work. I've met the CEO, Tony Shea, and they're going to be like $1 billion company
Zappos.
this year. Yeah, they are.
Are they the
selling
lighter
shoes.
company? Just kidding.
And they are huge on customer service. I mean, if you're not happy with anything, you can return it and they'll exchange it. They'll take care of you. I've heard instances where the customer service rep found out it was a customer's birthday when they had them on the phone. They sent them flowers. They're super. And this culture guide is their employees talking about what it's like to work there. They will send it to you for free. Go to their website and find their support address and say, we'd like your culture guide, and they'll mail it to you for free.
Just some of the things they do. Carrot Top Private Performance for All. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. At job fairs, presenters have been seen wearing penguin suits, pink tutus, and crowns. So that sounds like a fun place.
Yeah, it does.
Or else you could wear a penguin suit, you know, it's a
Well,
good
one thing
thing.
you notice if you go to Denver Airport, Zappos actually
No, that-
sponsors
Actually-
all of the bins.
Not just there,
Not
I've
just
been
there
in
now?
multiple airports, LAX, I've seen them.
So talk about marketing. Every single shoe bin or everything bin and through the security line has a Zappos ad at the bottom of the bin.
So, the employees, from the warehouse people to customer service to management, they all write in here. There's karaoke night.
Yeah.
Finance, accounting, here's the accounting guy.
Ooh.
Let's see what accounting says. Sandra E. in accounting says, Zappos is all about wowing customers, employees, and vendors. After 3 years, I've seen the company grow tremendously, and it's awesome that the focus on the wow has not shifted. Cool. They have at least 2 accounts. There's another one.
They have at least 2, I'm sure they have more.
Yep. So, yes, free overnight shipping.
Cool.
So this is free. Go to Zappos.com, go to their customer service department, and request a copy of their culture guide, and then aspire to provide the same type of customer service to your customers. This is what we're aspiring to.
Awesome.
Perspiring to.
Awesome.
Retiring to.
Yeah. You don't
I'm just going
retire.
to keep rhyming.
You got a rap going?
We start.
Retirement is a myth. At least retirement as it's been sold to us, right?
Mhm.
That you work your job your whole life, you bust your butt, and then you've got money set aside and you go live in Tucson or Miami and do nothing. That's where you go to die, right? You know,
Yeah, yeah.
Who was it that
What?
said that somebody said that it's not retirement? It's not to you don't. Your goal isn't to retire. It's to refire. So you get another burning passion in your life. You refire instead of retire.
Okay, so here's a question. I have articles. Do I have to make changes to them before using them?
Say again?
Articles. Should they make changes to them before using them?
Absolutely. Unless you just wrote the first one yourself. You should always spin your articles. If you get a PLR contact, I mean, basically, the first thing you do when you get a PLR article is take an excerpt from that article, put it in Google in quotes, and see how many things will come up. It used to be in the old days, you'd see like 58 instances of it. Now you're lucky if you see 2, usually just 1. That's because Google reads it as duplicate content and doesn't index it. So unless you change it significantly, it's really not going to give you much value posting that article. So whenever you get an article, spin it, take 5 minutes and rewrite the sentences, change the paragraphs around, change the verbs, change the adjectives. It's pretty easy to do once you get the hang of it, and you can do an article in 5 minutes, and it'll give you far more value down the road than just reposting the same article all over the place.
Here, here. There, there. Where. Chris, let's do a poll. Okay, pop the poll window there. And don't answer here on the site, folks. We're going to take a poll here. The poll is, how many people would spend $47? Would you spend $47 on a book showing you how to get tax deductions from your online business? Okay, so let's take a poll and find out. Yes or no is the question. All right, so do I use S3? We're actually moving into using Amazon
You
S3.
already have a free book out there.
Stop it. Okay, question. In a bad recession, will people still buy home business information, or will they want to save every penny?
You know what, that's a good question, and I wish I knew really what the consumer is going to do now, because you hear so many mixed statistics and, you know, everything and what's going on. I mean, it's hard out there now, I won't lie to you, and I'm sure we all know it. Obviously, you fill up your car, it hurts, you know, taxes keep going up.
We just push ours to work now.
You know, hey, or be out here, it's beautiful. I mean, you can ride your bike to work, so
You
I mean, can't do that at home as much.
Well, by you, everything, cost of living is outrageous.
Oh yeah, it's brutal. Our gas is even higher out there, and our construction's worse.
Anybody else in the Illinois suburbs online right
Chicago
now?
area, come on, let's hear out.
Chicago
Yeah,
suburbs.
shout out from Chicago suburbs.
Woo. Okay, nobody yet.
Nobody, somebody, anybody,
They're stuck.
nobody.
They're stuck in traffic.
Yes.
Bueller. I
Okay.
heard from a sister's boyfriend.
And that was in Chicago, that movie.
Yes, it was. John Hughes went to our high school.
He did.
Really?
Glenbrook North. Go Spartans.
Wow.
Woo!
Yeah, the same place that
Yeah, somebody thinks
made
it's fun.
national news a couple of years ago.
Yes.
The cheerleaders were hazing.
But yeah, actually, The Breakfast Club and all those movies, they came from our high school.
The poll is live. If
And-
you'll go down to the bottom left corner of your window, click the poll button, and would you spend $47 on a book about tax deductions yes or no.
I grew up
And-
in Chicago.
And don't forget that book is tax deductible.
The book would be tax deductible, absolutely.
With
So-
a little creativity, most things can become tax deductible.
I've been trying to persuade my brother who is right-brained.
Ow!
And he
Oh,
says
my arm.
he's not creative. Do you guys disagree with that? Because I think he's pretty creative.
Yeah, I got all the looks, he got all the creativity, what can I say?
It's a good thing I wasn't
I think
drinking
younger siblings
coffee.
are always more creative, I think.
Yes, there.
And more attractive.
That's because I hit him on the head with a block when he
He
came
did.
home.
It's true.
Sure.
It's true, he did.
And I knocked it loose, so that's...
So, right now,
Sweet
as the
thing about
poll
the
stands,
Okay.
Mr. Right Brain, 68% have said yes, they would pay $47 for a book on tax deductions.
Wow. So two people say yes and one says no, so...
What are the actual numbers, Chris?
14 to 6.
All right.
14 to 6.
All right.
I
14.
think that is statistically significant.
Yes, it is.
And right
Thank
now,
you,
they're,
14.
and right now they're all on Amazon buying similar books for $12.
Hey,
Joel, is
who's
your-
that you?
They asked, is your logo meant to look like a church or Christian font? I don't understand. It's an I and an M with a circle with a chunk taken out of it, like a donut that I took a bite out of.
Yeah, it looks like you're, a shark kind of bit or
I
something.
don't understand. What,
On joelcom.com.
on joelcom.com?
Oh, the OJC.
Oh, somebody mentioned that to me once before. No.
What does JC stand for?
No, I mean, here, let me pop it up so you can see what
I understand.
No, not you, my brother.
I've seen it.
Yeah, but, okay, so one person made this comment before, actually.
Yes.
And there was
Yes.
nothing intentional here, but somebody, let's see, come on, pull it up, Mr. B.
Slow.
That's because the video is eating up all the bandwidth.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, the way that it is here, it's a star,
Yeah.
so, I don't know, does that look religious to you?
No, it looks like you're just shining bright. I mean,
I am a shining star in the firmament.
that's right.
I still want to do my popover idea, though.
But you know what? My wife is a psychologist, and she will be helpful in analyzing anybody's,
Yeah, I mean, I didn't design this. I had somebody
Right.
designed it, and I
Professional,
said, yeah,
yes.
it looks good. He didn't know if I was an internet marketer. I would think you were a minister. Well, honestly, if you knew me, I guess you could say I was both, but that wasn't the goal.
He's a minister.
I am a minister of good news and money-making
Yes.
possibilities.
He is.
Let's see.
Now it's time to pass out the plate.
Suggestion, you should, how about I just pass the plate out? You should do a weekly site review from one of your viewers. Okay.
We're doing that on the Top One Network. We're doing
TopOneNetwork.com, and actually, there is,
There is this.
in this one, the next edition, in the August edition of Top 1%, we have chosen one of our Top One Network members, and there is the centerfold, right?
Yeah.
The
It's a
centerfold?
It's a two-page spread
Yeah, we found out his
of their
hobbies and his
website.
interests.
Very sexy.
Okay, we asked him what your favorite movies are. We have that whole section. Never mind.
High Maintenance says, maybe if I grew the goatee again, grew my hair long, and stood behind the logo with the long road and outstretched arms, that might be different. I am JC.
Well, I've got my hair growing long, and I got the goatees.
All right, CDGMR is being very insistent that, okay, Nicodemus is already analyzing for you there, my friend. Go ahead and just take that advice.
You want to say who Nicodemus is?
Nicodemus is Joel Ownby, who is on our staff here, who is our SEO and pay-per-click expert, and you should listen to him. He also writes articles for Top One
Yeah.
Report.
Okay.
And worthy of being listened to.
And why isn't he working now?
Yeah, why aren't you working? What are you doing watching the stream, Joel? We have two Joels.
Busted.
Very-
Busted.
It's very confusing. It's confuserating. Okay, what's the final on the poll, Chris?
14 to 6 still.
Okay, very good. So we can close that out.
All right.
I think
14
I've
to
made
6.
my point.
14 to 6. It's
Thank
a
you.
landslide.
It is. It is. By anybody else's standards, it's definitely a landslide.
I want to hear what the Electoral College says, so. Okay?
You want to recount?
Yes. Yeah.
Do we have any super viewers who can swing the vote?
That's right. Hey, there you go.
Okay, so let's, I have some tax questions.
Okay, bring them on.
How can I pay fewer taxes?
How can you pay fewer taxes? Well, again, everybody wants that, and that's not one easy question. I mean, I guess the most important thing you want to do if you have your own business is keep good records and stay organized. I cannot stress that enough. I see hundreds of people's information each year, and again, you've got the people who come in with the shoebox full of everything, to the people who use something like a Quicken or a QuickBooks to at least put their stuff in some electronic format. Doesn't have to be right. You don't need to be an accountant. But at least to have it there where we can at least sort it, extract, and find out what you're doing and prepare your taxes to your best advantage. I mean, you don't do anybody a favor if you come in with just receipts and go, I don't know what I did, I don't have this, I don't have that. You know, really, we can't do a lot for you. It's just like going to the doctor saying, I don't know what's wrong, you know, you don't know your symptoms, you don't know anything. Doctor can't help you. You got to at least be prepared and be
It
semi-organized.
hurts when I go like this.
Yeah.
And, you know,
That's when I go like this.
you know, time is money. I mean, we charge for our time. That's how we make our living, and obviously the more organized you are, the cheaper your bill will be, and you'll probably get back more money. So, again, you know, do your homework. Be
Excellent.
organized.
It's actually a good angle too for an ebook is how to best get organized.
There you go.
To, you know,
Good ideas.
yes.
Our sponsor this week, IndependenceDay2007.com. Chris, do we have bids for next week's sponsorship?
No bids.
If you would like to own, really, that's unusual.
Is Ben on the show?
Yeah, Ben, where are you? If you want to have the sponsorship for next week's show, we've got some great special guests coming up too.
Yeah. Big time.
Next week, I think it's just you and I.
Uh-oh.
But
I thought that.
is next week the first week in July?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so next week is going to be Ben.
Ben Madden's
Ben's going to be here,
yeah.
and maybe Dave Lacani. And
Yeah.
then we're going to do a special episode on Thursday as well because Stephen Pierce is coming to town. And that's going to be fun. Nathan Anderson's going to be on a future show. Anyway, if you would like to sponsor the show, double-click Joelcom-1. Bid starts $50, and you can have your URL go across the whole time. Michael, my wife and I earn separate incomes. We have no children. Is it better to file separately or jointly?
Well, again, your tax professional, of course, we use software nowadays. Not when I started and we had to calculate stuff by pencil. But, you know, a good tax professional will enter all your information and they will calculate it both ways to see what's more advantageous. 9 out of 10 times a joint return saves you money, but there are certain circumstances where it makes sense to file separately. But again, you know, you bring all your information to the professional, they'll put it in both ways and they'll see which works better for you.
Okay, and here's another question for the CPA. Those just joining us, Joelcom Live. I'm Joel. That's Dan. This is Dan on a stick. And this is my brother Michael from Illinois, the certified public accountant. And the question is,
Go Cubs.
what is the best software for filing personal taxes, and what's the best software for keeping track of small business expenses?
Okay, good question. Obviously, for small business expenses, I would recommend QuickBooks. QuickBooks is pretty much industry standard. Love them or hate them, Intuit has the market cornered, and they do a pretty good job, and they have versions for all types of businesses. So, you know, I think you can get their basic version for, I don't know, it's like $180 or something, up to specific industry versions of like $500 a pop. But QuickBooks, I think, works the best. They have a lot of, you know, self-help things in there to lead you through setup and such, so QuickBooks. As far as tax prep, again, I don't want to put myself out of business, so I'd recommend you go to your friendly CPA and they have professional software. We do see people who try to do TurboTax or things like that. And, you know, if you have a very simple return, I guess you can do it, but there's the chance you're missing
What
something.
about like Mex CPA, you know, H&R Block? Okay, careful, this is my show, I don't want to rescind, maybe I shouldn't ask that
No.
question.
Well, again, you know, you get what you pay for 9 out of 10 times. And, you know, I suppose if you're basically only a W-2 employee, you don't have any deductions or anything, they can do it, fine. But they're not really professional people. They train people to come in annually and help them. So, you know, you've got all kinds of people, you know, helping H&R Block. They're not staying up on the latest things, the technology, you know, the law changes. So, again, I think it's money well spent to go to a professional, spend a few $100s a year, get it done right, be satisfied.
The peace of mind is worth it. Alone.
Yeah, and again, you know, don't mess around. There's too much at stake.
Do not mess around with
You know
your
what?
money, with your taxes. How about a
Uncle has sharp teeth.
How about Jackson Hewitt?
they're a little better, but again, they're a franchise too, and so again, it's like, going to a franchise for anything else, that you're not dealing with trained CPAs, you're dealing with, again, they just hire people to fill in and prepare taxes and follow their methods, and, there's an upcharge for everything, so.
Who does that? What's with the upsells all the time? I
don't get it.
I don't get it either. Okay, here's a question for both of us. German wants to know if we used to fight with each other when we were little kids.
As any siblings, I'm sure there's always fighting. I mean, I have 2 kids of my own, and I see the fighting, and, we all...
Just say you're sorry.
Well, you were just as bad.
Just say you're sorry. No, you were mean to me.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But no, I thought...
Okay, who's got the show, huh?
I think we were good because we were very creative. We were. Should I tell them about our stuffed animals were political? Like
They were. They would run for president.
Yes, we would have our stuffed animals like they had their own little town or village, and there'd be a president and a vice president, and I think Chooch the bear was the president.
And that was just last year's.
Yeah, right. They're caucusing now to see who's going to be president. There's all kinds of fundraising going on.
Owen wants to know who's tougher. Bring on the gun show. Here's the gun show.
And I don't exercise.
This one is
tougher. Come on. We're old men.
He's
Tough.
meaty.
I'm 46. I'm tough as...
He is. He's got 2 years on me. I'm 44.
Tough CPA.
Okay, question. If you file an extension this year, would you get a rebate check?
You will not get... You have to file, I believe, to get a rebate. And that's also a good question because there's people who, because of their income level, don't file. The government has this special form this year that's basically an informational filing to say, hey, I'm alive, send me my money. So, yes, you should file. You will not get your rebate check until you file.
Let's take a poll. Who'll get the rebate check?
All right, let's do a poll.
Not me.
I haven't gotten mine yet.
Well,
I'm not going to
you
get
qualify?
My girlfriend, I don't know.
I don't know. It's based on your income level and everything else. So
I do not.
I don't qualify.
There's also one other parameter that they use. If you're really, really good looking, you don't get one. Blue Steel.
That's
And
right.
so,
Blue Steel.
so-
I haven't heard that in
So I
a
didn't
while.
get my
Can you
check.
give us the Blue Steel?
Give us Magnum.
There you go.
Does anybody know what we're talking about?
Yeah, see if someone knows what we're talking
Does
about.
anybody know what we're talking? Of course, somebody's going to know. Whoever tells us what we're talking about with Magnum and Blue Steel will get a copy of Going Vertical: The Life of an
There
Extreme
you go.
Kayaker.
Someone already.
Zoolander,
He gets
Sean Steffen, yes, Derek Zoolander, who opened the school for the, what was it, the
School.
It's so little.
what was the name of the
I
school?
forgot.
The school for the kids that can't really
I
read
just-
good or something like
Who
that.
can't read really good.
Yeah.
Can't read.
Hansel.
Sean Steffen, if you will, Chris, go ahead and get an address.
If you know what that movie is, you do need to read more.
Yeah.
Zoolander is a funny.
It is. It's
Funny
very, very
movie.
underrated. Very underrated.
Yes. Happy. Happy. School
With
for
the
kids that
genius,
can't
the
read
genius
really
Will Ferrell is in that too.
Okay.
Let's get
Question.
tropical.
Yes. Question. Will my CPA know which form you're referring to for the stimulus check?
Yes, he should, and if he doesn't, then I guess you need a new CPA.
Isn't that what, doesn't your pimp collect stimulus checks?
For those that are just joining us.
Very stimulating, I would think, yes.
Oh, man.
Oh, well, it's a good thing we're almost out of time, right?
Yeah, as we're going down that road, I see.
This is just going down, the viewership's going down, we're
Yeah.
going down. Shit.
Naughty.
Throw me a raft or
You're
something.
being naughty.
Okay, are we doing a poll? The poll is up. Bottom left-hand corner, the poll is, did you get an IRS stimulus check? Yes, no, didn't qualify, or not yet. Go ahead, bottom left corner, click and select. And Keith says, who said CPAs are boring? See, I told you you'd be okay.
You know what?
I don't want to do this.
Honest, I know a lot of CPAs, and most of them are boring, okay?
Take the poll, folks.
Take it. Take it now.
Well, no would also be didn't qualify, right?
Yes.
So what?
Well, no means you may not have gotten it yet.
Yeah.
But isn't that also not yet?
No, they won't.
Well,
They don't.
yeah, I guess. Oh, so you're
Okay.
being technically.
So the answers are coming in, and I'm going to give you a few more seconds to take that poll.
My girlfriend got hers like 3 months ago, 4 months ago.
Well, she filed probably a long time ago.
I get
and
nothing.
I get nothing else. I got a rock.
I got a
rock.
Oh, It's terrible. Any more questions for Michael Kalm, the certified public accountant? Is being a CPA for pimps considered a niche market?
Show's going down the hill.
On the rise.
Okay, here's the poll. 47% have received their stimulus check, and you could tell it's just, I mean, the economy is just booming.
Oh, yeah, because they got it, yeah.
Let's put that back in there. 11% have not, 16% do not qualify, and 26 say not yet.
And the ones who got it, I want to know how many are saving it and how many are spending it.
Let's just ask, just go ahead and put there, if you answered yes, are you saving, no, Paul, just are you saving or spending? Ooh, wow, political, here we go, this is where we go downhill. Which president do you think will be better for the internet business, Obama or McCain?
You asking me?
Only there is asking.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't think either one is going to make a whole heck of a lot of difference in really what goes on
Things
with
don't
it.
really change that much.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, as the Who said, meet the new boss, same as the old boss.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's true. You know, those sages, you know.
It's kind of hard to endorse either one at this point. It really is.
Yeah.
And as I get closer to election day, I will. But McCain wants everyone to use eBay. Obama reads AdSense Secrets. That's boy, it's tough here.
My only philosophical comment is that I think the person who leads our country should be below a certain age because they're
Like 15.
well, no, but I mean they're leading a country of people who are generally younger than them, and they're making policy for the future. And you know,
I think he's shown his hand.
Hey, do you want to give away the domain that we no longer have use for? The political domain?
You know, I registered this several years ago, Hillary2008.info. And
It
thought
could be
that-
yours for just.
I think you should give it to her so she could pay off her debts, because you know they're having bake sales for her now.
Really? Hillary Clinton-shaped cookies.
Bill can't eat anymore.
That's right. And for those of you who collect baseball cards, they've even gotten political nowadays because they have their presidential predictions. And there was
Oh, man.
they had Taps or Upper Deck, I can't remember, had a series of each one kind of caricatured, and they had Hillary as the kissing bandit. If you remember Morgana, the kissing bandit. Well, there was a lot of problems with that card. It became very rare because they pulled it, and it was going for like $1,000 on eBay. So just one simple little card, you know.
Speaking of $1,000 on eBay, Michael is a sports card collector and other
Yes.
sports memorabilia. And tell him about your cool. He does eBay.
Oh, I like
stuff
eBay.
a bunch.
Yeah, it's just as a hobby. My son and I set him up in a little eBay business, and him and I, you know, do something so he could pay his auto insurance and stuff, which is
Okay, you
very
just
nice.
had a cool score.
Yeah, I pulled a Roger Maris cut signature card. For those of you who know who Roger Maris was, obviously he's deceased. He has a legitimate single season home run record, non-steroid, 61, and you know, he's long deceased. There was only 8 of these made, and I was lucky enough to find one in a pack, kind of a la
So you
Vegas now.
paid $100
For the whole box was like $110, and that card was in the box, and I just sold it on eBay for over $1,000, and I hope the IRS is not watching,
Woo!
Nice.
because they want their money.
I have a,
File your-
Of course I do.
claim it.
Of course I do. We all pay our
I have a
taxes.
Ted Williams autograph. What's that worth these days?
What do you mean, Ted? On what?
On a piece of paper.
Is it authenticated?
No.
What you need to do is go to like the sports show when it comes to town,
Yeah.
and there's like some companies, PSA and stuff, who authenticate autographs to make sure it's legitimate.
I know it's legit, so.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
but you have to prove it to
Yeah,
others.
Yeah,
That's the
he
thing.
forced
Personally,
it
no.
himself.
Right. So once you get it authenticated, they'll put the holographic sticker. It goes in their database. Then it becomes a lot more marketable. I mean, Ted Williams, you know, that could be worth a few $100.
Cool.
There you go. So as long as we're on the topic, how about a few other eBay tips? What have you learned selling on eBay?
What I've learned is that I hate PayPal because they gouge you with a fee. And actually, I was at eBay Live in Chicago last week, and I went to the PayPal booth, and I was complaining about their charges, and of course they took out their violin and they played for me. But you know, again, you're kind of stuck. I mean, that is the monetary unit of choice, unless someone wants to send me euros, which I'll take too. But you know, PayPal, I think they get too much of a fee. The thing that's very interesting economically speaking, is I've noticed a lot more foreign buyers are really jumping on my stuff now.
Interesting you mention this. Here's the question that came in. I'm an international subscriber, and while I have a PayPal account, I'm unable to receive PayPal payments where I live. I have been referred to a U.S. bank offering non-residents accounts, which should then enable me to get a U.S.-based PayPal account. Is this correct, and is it legal? Well, I know you can answer the legal part.
Yeah, I'm not sure, actually. That's an interesting question.
Okay, solve this instead.
Yeah, no, I mean, you should be able to do it, I guess, if it all gets claimed, and, there are laws on money going in and out of the country, so I guess if everything, follows the, governmental banking laws, then I guess you're okay.
My CPA said I only had to do 9 reasons this week.
Yeah.
I just got it. No, I'm teasing. Okay, so...
But I'm sorry. What I was saying is a lot of foreign buyers are coming in because of the exchange rate. That again, they're having fun. The dollar is so weak against the euro and everything else that I've been selling off a lot of stuff to people.
Not in Fiji, though.
Okay.
In Fiji, the dollar was rocking. On our way to Sydney, we stopped in Fiji. It was like 66 cents.
Awesome.
So it was like...
Awesome.
But of course, the hamburger was $30. So
What about the Fiji water?
they do serve you Fiji water on Air Pacific. They really do. It was-
Awesome.
Have you flown business class?
I have in my life, yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes. Very
Oh.
nice. Very nice. You're not a second-class citizen.
Who's interrupting us?
5
Ken.
minutes.
5 minutes.
We have Bob here.
We have a meeting.
He's on.
Wait, can't you bring Bob in here?
Should we bring Bob on camera and introduce our CPA? Bring Bob in here. Really quick. Bring Bob in here.
No.
Get Bob.
He's not going to get on the screen.
Yeah, sure he will. Bob wants business.
He's local too, right? He's got the Bob.
We're not local.
He's got a
we're global.
perfect. He's got a perfect name for the internet marketing too.
Believe it or not, my brother is not my CPA. It just doesn't make sense because he's not local. But our
Well, and there's a good reason. Besides local, is that you want your CPA to be independent, though.
right,
So,
and I don't trust him with
right.
that.
Oh, yeah, I was hoping, never mind.
So he's actually my CPA. Bob Flick is here in the building. I can feel the vibes. When one CPA around, things start to shift.
I just want to know who's sexier.
People fall.
Who's the sexier CPA?
We will let.
That's my first thought this morning when I
Yes, I know.
Let's set that poll up, Chris.
If they didn't eat lunch yet, make sure they didn't eat
That'll
lunch.
be our final poll. Who is sexier, Bob or Michael? And don't start it yet because we don't. Is he coming in?
Yeah, Bob's
Ladies and gentlemen,
There he is.
Mr. Bob, come on over.
Come in. Should I get my seat?
And this is my
Hi.
brother, Mike.
Nice to meet you. We're live. We're talking
live right
taxes.
now.
We're talking.
Kind of duck down. Just duck down because the camera's over there.
Okay. Where is it?
Right there.
Sit on the
See?
hands we're at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see right there?
Bob wasn't witness protection until he became an accountant.
Yeah, there's Bob.
His cover.
Bob,
Cover is blow.
yeah. So we're going to wrap up the show with a quick poll.
You're on.
The question of the poll is, who is the sexier CPA, Michael or Bob?
Yeah, well, he's got some.
We're on the gun show.
He's got some guns.
We're on the gun
He's got some
show.
guns. Look at that. That
Let
check
the
the
tan.
Check the tan here?
Let the voting begin.
Let him
Okay.
to pump you up.
All right, let the voting begin. Here we go. So there's going to be one victor, and neither one of you is named Victor.
Victor.
May the sexiest man win. Here come the votes.
Oh, God.
And
off, Joe.
well, they want to see.
Remember though, it's reflective of you also because we kind of look alike.
They want to.
Remember?
Oh, yeah. See, that's Jade.
Yeah, but he's
how
got-
can I win?
But he's got the goatee too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
his is gone. His is gone.
Raintree asks how can they compete for sexiest with Dan's legs?
Oh, there you go. What are you talking about?
It's true. I can't compete
This
with
all
that.
adds up.
I can't compete.
How many votes total there, Chris?
14.
14 votes.
Who's ahead?
It's 12-2 for Bob.
Yeah.
All
That's you.
right. Bob, wait, Bob, are you married?
Yeah, but I don't know who's voting.
Oh. Yeah, I want
So,
That means you lose too, buddy.
oh, on that note, hey, thanks to everybody for joining us this week. We've had fun. My brother Michael, CPA, who is going to write an ebook one of these days.
Oh, yeah.
And Dan Nickerson and Bob Flick, if you are in the northern Colorado area and need a CPA, Bob,
And he's a sexy
K-L-I-C-K, right?
Right.
All right.
You can give
so
out, shout out the website
BobFlick.com.
address if you want. Yeah.
And
Don't they want to sponsor you next week?
until
50 bucks.
did we get a sponsor? No sponsor, this is the first time.
Well, I think the sexiest
We've not
CBH
got a
is
sponsor.
Oh, boy.
Wow, if you want to sponsor, double-click now on Joelcom-1, tell Chris, $50, it's yours. We're out, see you guys next week, take care, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.